Greetings travelers and welcome back. So apologies for the long time that it took me to create this video. I had COVID a few weeks ago and I'm slowly but surely getting back to myself, so let's begin the video. In this video, we're going to talk about the War of Chaos and the Summer of Chaos. It is one of the worst times to be in Krynn. After the Cataclysm, of course, because this is called the Second Cataclysm. This war changes everything for the people that live in Krynn. It changes the dynamics between gods and mortals, and between mortals and themselves, between dragons and humans, and elves and orcs. So let's dive in. After the Knights of Takhisis accidentally stumble across the Hydra in their secluded island, the Hydra, intending to use what they believe is the Grey Gem's magic to protect their island home from the Knights of Takhisis, they break open the gem and inadvertently release Chaos. Chaos then destroys their island and threatens to destroy the entire world. While that is happening, a contingent of Dark Knights make landfall in Solamnia. They come across a small party of Solamnic Knights and a White Wizard. They kill all the Knights but spare the Wizard. Steel Brightblade, a Knight of Takhisis, takes his cousin, the young white-robed wizard Palin Majer, to the Tower of High Sorcery in Palantis, intending to release the Dark Queen. The reason why Steel and Palin are cousins is because Steel Brightblade is the son of Storm Brightblade, and Kitiara Othmatar that she is the half-sister of Caramon Majer, who is the father of Palin. Now let's move on. Raistlin Majer, still within the Abyss, learns of the release of Chaos and draws his nephew through the portal. Inside of the Abyss, they overhear the deities conclude that the only way to fight Chaos is to impel the humans to unite under the strongest force, that of the Knights of Takhisis. Raistlin leaves the Abyss with his nephew, but without his magic. Meanwhile, the Dark Knight seize the northern port of Kalaman. Armies of Takhisis march south and take Naraka, gaining aids from their dark allies in the Kalkist Mountains, then move west. They conquer the High Claris Tower, and in the battle for the High Claris Tower, Tennis Half-Elven, the hero of the lands, is slain in battle. From there, the Dark Knights easily capture Palantas. The Dark Knights capture all of the Solamnics within the city and imprison them within the High Claris Tower. The Dark Knights then restrict the mages to the Tower of High Sorcery, closing down the schools and apply martial law. Within a month, they rule the island of South Ergoth, the elven nation of Qualanesti, all of the lands from Nordamord, southeast, throughout the Kalkist Mountains, including Kendermore, south to the Plain of Dust, and west into Solamnia and Absentina. The island of Northern Ergoth and the Sylvanesti managed to hold their own, and so do Thorbadin and some of the Kalkist Mountain Hilldorfs. Mount Nevermind erupts, due, some say, to the gnomes' attempt to use their own war machines against the Knights of Takhisis. Suddenly, before the Knights can solidify their grip on Ansalon, signs of chaos erupt throughout the land. Thorbadin falls under attack by underground minions of chaos. Elves and orcs fight side by side to protect the greater Blutan Sylvanesti. The Vingard Mountains start burning. A rift opens in Torbedius Ocean between the Dragon Islands and Ansalon, and from there springs flames, Shadow Wraith, and demon warriors astride fire dragons. The Shadow Race, creatures of darkness, wreak havoc upon western Normador, the Eastwalls, the northern wastes, and the northern plains of Solamnia. They also appear unexplicitly in the Syrian Sea and its islands. Dalamar the Dark, who is formerly the pupil of Raistlin, leads a group of wizards to the rift to discover the nature of the creatures of chaos. Magic, both arcane and divine, seem to be problematic, spells failing more often than they are successfully cast. And then the forces of chaos strike the High Claris Tower. Metallic dragons arrive to fight against chaos alongside the chromatics, but all mortals in the fight meet defeat. Every knight there dies defending the tower, except for Steel Brightblade's unit of dragon riders and Solamnic prisoners. Now I want to point out that Steel Brightblade at this point is a prisoner himself in the High Claris Tower, waiting for his own execution. Lord Archeon is slayed in battle, leaving the Knights of Takhisis leaderless and in chaos. Takhisis herself withdraws from Krynn, and the vision becomes lost to the Dark Knights. The vision is a very important aspect of the Dark Knights' lives. They first receive it when they become Knights of Takhisis, and it shows them their place in the world and their place in her master plan. Without it, they are completely lost. Let's continue with the video. The sun halts its journey across the sky, and the familiar stars and moons vanish. Chaos runs wild across the face of Ansalon. He draws forth Wraith from the Ice Wall Glacier, cuts a huge canyon in the Solamnic Plains, causing the 3 volcanoes known as the Lords of Doom to erupt again. The Maelstrom in the Blood Sea loses its potency and vanishes, and the ocean around it starts to boil. The Dwarven god Riorex, aided by Palin Majer in reclaiming the broken Grey Gem from the devastated island of the Hydras, he carries it down the rift and into the abyss, where Steel Brightblades, knights, and the Solamnic prisoners ride blue and silver dragons in battle against the forces of chaos. Ultimately, Tesselhoff Barefoot stabs Chaos in the toe. He uses Rabbit Slayer, the small knife that Karaman Majer made fun of him and told him it's the only good for killing rabbits. Usha, the surviving member of the Hydra nation, who is actually a human that was washed up on their shore and was taken care of by them, catches the drop of the deity's blood between the 2 halves of the Grey Gem, forcing Chaos to leave Krynn. To banish Chaos, the other gods agree to leave Krynn as well and depart into the beyond, taking Chaos with them. The Grey Gem then explodes, shooting thousands of tiny crystals into the air, and poor Tess gets crushed underneath Chaos's foot. But you know Tess, nothing could keep him down, not even the whole weight of Chaos on top of him. Palin, Usha, and Steel, the only survivors of the Abyss battle, find themselves in a field outside of Solas, along with the dead. Steel dies there from his battle wound. Fizban, an Avatar Paladin, appears and explains that magic has left the world with the departure of the deities. If other magic exists, the heroes must find it on their own, he says. Rislin Majer departs with him for a much-deserved rest, or so everyone believes. Remember where the Queen of Darkness Takhisis vanishes from Krynn? Well, let's get back to that. In the moment of the greatest weakness, when the other gods were facing Chaos and the Abyss, the Dark Queen triggers a plan that she has been hatching since the beginning of time, merely waiting for the right moment for it to come into fruition. With the other deities distracted, Takhisis literally steals the world, pulling it through the gates of the Souls and through the ethereal sea, to a place where she can reign supreme. The act drains her of much of her power, forcing her to go into hiding until she can regain her former might. It was she who appeared before Palin and the others in the gist of Fizban, she who filled their minds and hearts with the seeds that the other gods have departed. Everything is going according to her plans, except for something she could not have predicted: the arrival of the Great Dragons. And that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. The Chaos War changes everything in the world, and I hope you're going to be here in the next one to see where the Age Immortal leaves the people of Krynn. So we'll see you there, and have a great day.